the group from your country or your, and also talk about your specific thing, always open to do that, okay? Even if it looks really busy and maybe a little bit like scary, just please just come over. It's just because in Germany they always look weird. Sorry, German people. Okay, so I'm making a first presentation on what me and especially my team did this year because I am not alone. So I couldn't have accomplished so much as I did this year without my team. So please, my secretary, one, stand up. So we have Andre up here. Please stand up. Tara. Tara, you can always go to them and ask them for simple questions or something. So I bring that up first because I might have a lot of questions. Okay, so the project we did is first, this year we accomplished to implement the backstage platform. You may have heard about that. That is a platform where EOs can now organize their group exchanges through. Some of your EOs already used it maybe. And the backstage we are going to also implement this year the internship possibilities, where then every one of you can access the platform and see open internship possibilities of other schools. And you can apply directly through this platform to the internships. And it would make it's way easier for everyone to find proper internships and know where to go and who's available on which times. And yeah. So next project we did is the calendar project. I'm not sure if everyone heard about that. Like in the past years, we have the problem to find good times for group exchanges or international events because no one knew when the other schools have holidays or no lecture times and stuff. So Lana actually did a great job in collecting all the holidays from each MO we have, and then put them all together in a sheet and created a calendar for this year where the EOs in your MO can find which one, like which country is available on which days, in which month, and so they can set up better group exchanges and things. So this was a really good one, and thank you, Lana, for that. Next thing we did together with actually Kiki was the frequently asked questions section that's actually now implemented into the homepage. Thank you, Kiki and Hera, working together on this. So this is actually a general question. If you're not sure about the specific questions, like the frequently asked questions is really frequently asked, like what is IVSA, what are the goals, blah, blah, blah. And if you're not used to using IVSA Wiki and you don't even know what the bylaws are or where to find them, you just can now go on our official homepage and go to FAQs and you can find all the answers there. And if you still have questions, contact me. That's what we did. Then we also came up this year with a more more structured way to have sorted out the EO competition. You may have heard about that. This is what we annually do. We announce the top EO of the year from all MOs we have. So I collect EO reports from each MO. And then I have a counting system and a point system to see how good, to rate actually how good the EO is doing. And reading all those EO reports was like showing me that the EO is not doing this alone. So this time we are not awarding only the EO, we will award the MO, and whoever wins or is in the top 10 can then, the MO themselves can decide who they want to give the credit to. So it's not specifically individually for the EO anymore, it's for the whole MO, and maybe someone else apart from the EO was also like really hardworking and really doing a lot for your MO, and you want to give them credit, and then you can say, hey, this is the person actually you should give the credit to. Okay? But I will talk about that in the EO meeting. Then when we also, I think I need my list start. Okay, what I also did this year, oh yeah, that's a big one. I had the first Ask Me Anything meeting. I think some of you have attended this meeting. It was an online meeting with the Asian Pacific region. And we had, but in this meeting, it was supposed to have like an open office hour where everyone can, like 2 people from each MO can attend. And they can ask questions about whatever. And they also get some information on topics we chose. At this time, we talked a lot about the Asian conference and a little bit about preparations for the Congress. And I think if you ask like South Korea, if you present Thailand, Malaysia, a lot of countries. So if you want to hear their opinion, how they found it, like how they experienced that, you can ask them. And it's a really great thing. And I think it was really successful and really helpful for the MOs. And the next one is going to be in August with the new MOD. Haven't decided on the region or the theme yet or the date. So this is going to be published after Congress as soon as I know who the next MOD will be. Yeah, so stay tuned. And even if you're not the EO or president, this sole position should be one person, should be from your official board, like EO or president, and the other position can be anyone. So even a normal member of your organization could take part of the online meeting and ask questions and just get involved. Okay, so what else did you? Oh yeah, and that's the last point. It's the funniest point. So we also did this year the cultural diversity project where we wanted to collect actually pictures and videos from each MO to see how the students they experience their student life on a daily basis. So last year we had the video from Malaysia and a video from Austria. I'm not going to show them again because you have seen them already. But this year we also got a video from Tunisia. Yeah. So, to finish this up, because I'm fast, we're going to watch a video now. them off to do a video like this, or even send in some pictures, because it's always nice to see it, because everyone likes it. I think you love the video, so go and do something and share it with the others. They will love to see it. And one last point, sorry, not done yet. What we also tried really hard this year was getting back our members to be active, getting them back on track, getting our MOs back to report to us, and also getting old members that went inactive active again. So that's why we have IVSA Switzerland Bern this year attending Congress again after having a break for years. Same goes for same goes for IVSA Bucharest. They are also attending here after a long break of no IVSA attendance. So I'm really happy that we had such a strong team and had the possibility to get them back on track. And we get, so spoiler alert, we have a lot of more MOs coming back from being in the cold area when the applications for the new MOs are showing up. And that's what I want to say last. This time we are not going through all the application PowerPoints at the GA because that would be a waste of time. As it is we have 11 new member applications. So I'm going to post them on Facebook. And I would like each of you to go through the PowerPoint presentation, read their motivation, really read it, yeah? Because we always decide on those applications while we put them on the screen and clicking through them, and no one has time to read their motivations really. So when it comes up in GA5, I will just put on the name and then talk a little bit about how I would like the relation between me and them, to give you a feeling about them all, and then we're going to vote on them. So no presentations at the GA. So if you want to see who you're voting on to be a new member of IVSA, please check the presentations. I'm going to publish them today or tomorrow. Okay? Yeah, that's it for me. Thank you. Are there any questions for Anka? Yeah, Alex?
Just about
Maybe
obviously Portugal, Ocean Sousa. I was just how did the backstage thing go? Because you said that it was a big success, but has any exchange been planned through it? What's the big thing?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the meeting to get actual feedback on that because I haven't had time to collect feedback. But I think some of you guys used Backstage to come up with their group exchanges. I hope at the meeting we can come to this point and see who did it and who didn't, because some have still struggled with the access, I know. But yeah, good point. Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much. Anka, you. Okay, so now we're going to go into a little bit of more interactive discussions. And we're going to talk about constitution amendments and after the bylaw amendments. Everyone please be quiet. So first up is the constitution amendment for the relocation of IVSA.
Point of information. Ocean Sousa, IVSA Portugal. Are we missing two reports?
So the presentations that we do, so Alex asked for missing reports. The presentations that we do at the beginning of the GA are more like the projects to inform the members because they're involved in it. They're not actual reports.
Okay.
The reports are in the GA booklet, and we'll vote on those in GA 5, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're not actual reports. But good question. Okay, so the Okay, so like I said in the presentation, we've been working really hard on trying to relocate our current office and back to Belgium. I've sent you this constitution amendment 60 days before today, so you have plenty of time to read it. So just a long story short, we're currently registered and have a bank account in Denmark, which makes our bank account in the Danish kroner currency. Nobody pays in Danish kroner except Denmark. that was the first very, very obvious point, that it's reducing a lot of money on transfer fees, because we have to transfer the euro to Danish krone and then back to euro, and you lose fee when you do that. So we're using a little bit of money on it, so that's the first point. The second point is that the bank uses a really old system where you have to get paper codes to log into the bank account, and when your codes run out, you have to get new ones, which is not very user-friendly either. We're currently registered as a business in Denmark, not an NGO, which we are, according to our constitution, so if we want to be registered, we have to change registration anyways to become an NGO. So we want to move it to Brussels, Belgium specifically, because it's a more central location, and it's easier for an extrovert to actually go to the bank, whereas Denmark is a bit more further out. The offices of the Federation of Veterinarians of Europe and the World Veterinary Association, who are really close partners, they share an office in Brussels, and they offered to share their office with us as well, so we would be able to register on their address. So that's something that's really going to help us be more professional, have a good address, and collect our mail and that type of thing. And Belgium's main currency is in euros, which is also our official currency. And the bank systems are a lot more user-friendly, and we can register as an NGO. The WPA has also moved from Denmark to Belgium, coincidentally, a few years ago, so they are really mentoring us on how to do it and where to register and how to convert your bylaws. So in order to do that, we have to close our bank account in Denmark and then register in Belgium. Once we're registered in Belgium and have address, only then we can open a bank account. So that's why we have to do the whole move also with being registered there. So different from a bylaw amendment, the Constitution Amendment needs approval twice. So in 2 GAs. So we'll have it this GA, and we'll also have it during the next GA during the Special General Assembly. So that's a different thing. So without further ado, the Chair would like to entertain a motion that to the laws of Denmark, with a registered address in Copenhagen, Denmark, in the Constitution under section registered office will be replaced with to the laws of Belgium with a registered address in Brussels, Belgium. Okay, the motion is now up for discussion. Are there any questions or comments regarding changing the registration?
Friendly amendment, IVSA Austria, Lana Senna, isn't it constitution amendment? And not constitution?
Okay, but that is not actually the motion. Yeah, so it's only the thing that ended that, and then everything behind that is the amendment that I just put typos in there so that you guys are like sharp. That's what I do. Any other questions? Okay, are there any objections to approving the Constitution Amendment? There's a motion on the floor. Okay, hearing no objection, the Constitution Amendment has passed for the first time and will be up for second approval during the Special General Assembly. Okay, next up on the agenda we have the treasury proposals, which were quite a lot. And I'll pull them up now. We're starting with the regulations for the annual budget. So there's going to be a few that that have been sent in by Pamo Calastanos, a lovely treasurer sitting quietly in the corner. He has seen some things in his position that he thinks needs improvement. That's why these amendments are here. This is bylaw amendments. If they're approved here, they are effective. For the first one, regulations for the annual budget, the chair would like to entertain a motion to remove the ex-Code Secretariat and insert IVSA officials and any other IVSA members at the end of the current sentence, the annual budget of the Secretariat. Are there any questions or comments about this? So the new section would then read, the annual budget includes all income and expenses related to the management of IVSA and expenses of IVSA officials and any other IVSA member. Because we also have committee members or other IVSA official members that attend events or make expenses. What would you like to summarize?
Can you speak further?
That's the question. Okay, so the current sentence says that the budget covers the expenses of the Exco and the Secretariat, but we, in our annual budget, actually the money that we give is also to other people besides Exco Secretariat. So to make our bylaws align with that, you want to change Exco Secretariat to IVSA officials, which also includes the committee chairs and the working group chairs, and then also and any other IVSA member. Just so that if we have a person attending an event on behalf of us, that we can actually remember. Any other questions or comments? Okay. Are there any objections to accepting the first bylaw amendments?
I don't know if I'm reading this incorrectly, but it's very broad. Any other IVSA member. So sorry, that's what we were trying to discuss now. Because as I'm reading
Louder, please speak louder.
As I'm reading it at the moment, it says that the annual budget includes management blah and the expenses of IVSA officials and any other IVSA member. So it doesn't relate the IVSA member to something that they did or they have a specific position. It could be Ivan who decided on a holiday and he's an IVSA member and he could be paid. That's just one thing that I don't know if they would just want to add something that specifies what the IVSA member did or already in the management part of it.
Okay. However, in the current annual budget, it doesn't. In the current sentence, it also doesn't explain what Exco Secretariat did. So it's still a valid point. There could be an explanatory comment added to explain what those costs kind of are, if that would help with that. Thomas, are you taking notes? Okay. Are there any objections to approving the motion on the table to accept bylaw amendment 1? Hearing no objections, amendment has passed. Thank you, Mayor. Okay, so currently we reimburse our IVSA officials for some of our IVSA officials for attending the IVSA Congress. One of them is the president-elect. Only currently the way it's specified in the bylaws, you can actually kind of interpret it like you would get half of the registration fee paid for twice, and we actually do once. So that's what this one is for. So I entertain the motion to add attendances. Should the president-elect be a member of the current Exco, he shall be treated as a member of the Exco, and the half of his fee shall be covered by the organizing committee of the Congress at the end of point 6 of the section Executive Committee Expenses.
Second.
Melissa?
The next part that says the new section will read doesn't actually match what we just
There is more.
and I just want to make sure that
Yeah, so the example of how the section will look like is kind of worded differently than the motion. That's what you mean, right? Because it says if the person. Yeah, so we have to change that. But the actual motion, the way it is the way it's going to be in the Bible, but that's what they're called. Any other questions or comments about this, Melissa?
Melissa, IVSA 7, I have two friendly amendments. Our official language is British English, so we're going to use 7 as.
No.
Oh.
We've had this conversation with Excel like a month ago. Yes.
Melissa.
Yes. Organization.
Can we remove the in front of that?
Okay. The chair would also like to propose a friendly amendment to make the first sentence he/she, because it could also be a she. It has to be, not only that. Yeah, he shall be treated as a member of the EXCO, and his fee shall be covered. Which, Melissa, which fee were you talking about removing? Okay. Does anyone want to make a friendly amendment to change he and his into he, she, his, her, as we do in every other part of the bylaws?
Once I know about IVSA 7, I would like to have a friendly amendment and change he to he/she and his to his and/hers.
Okay.
Can you put the she first and he?
Can we make it the president-elect instead of he? The president-elect shall be treated as a member of the EXCO and half of the fee of the president-elect's fee.
No, this is shorter. This is how we do the rest of the bylaws as well. We have he, she, like in most cases. Any other questions or comments? Any objections to approving the motion on the table? Okay, then the motion is passed. Bylaw amendment is accepted. Okay, so the next change is about the membership fee calculator. There's a lot of numbers in this, so I hope that you've all looked at it. So, the chair would like to entertain a motion to replace the first table of the section membership fees with the following table, which you can see there. The chair entertain a motion. Okay, so the reasoning of the treasury is that the low GDP countries should be assisted more. Also, in order to keep the group somewhat balanced, we had to change all the categories. So from X5 to P5, make them X0 to X0.
10-20 from 15-25.
Oh, okay. Okay, and we just continue the motion. Okay, I don't think so because we already have a motion on the table, so we have to approve the motion first. Okay. Are there any questions or comments about this? So what actually happens with this is that the GDP factor will make your fee higher or lower, and by doing this, it will make the GDP for the it will make the fee for the countries with a low GDP a little bit lower, so it will be easier for them to pay the fee. That's kind of what we're doing with this. There, Tom? Yeah, before WIP. Before WIP. Yeah. Any other questions or comments? Yeah? Can you speak up? I can't hear you. Okay, is there a reason why you would like to postpone it? To discuss it more. Okay. Then if you want to postpone it, you have to make a motion to postpone it. So. It's a little bit getting used to for everyone. But I'll put that back on. Okay, so Thomas, can you please come up and explain a little bit what this table means and how it's going to change the fees? Because I think that's the reason why people want to postpone. So if you look a little bit further down in the menu, it actually has a table of things.
Well, from the basic things, in the membership fee the fee for the member organization is calculated with a base fee, which is decided each year in the Congress, which is the same for everyone, and in order to make it more fair, those who are able to pay more will pay more, and those who can pay less will pay less. We change it depending on the GDP of your country, so how rich or poor your country is, and the size of your member organization. Make sense? Makes sense. So, what this amendment is about is to enable the GDP to play a bigger part on the fee, to change it more. If you see the current GDP factor, I think it doesn't even contain the. No. Anyway, the GDP. No. This is. Anyway, generally, with the current system, the GDP factor does not contain a 0.5 factor. So if you're really poor, you don't get half the fee from the start. And I think it's a poor chapter, a country from a poor, an MO, from a poor country with lots of members should be assisted more than an MO from a rich country with a lot of members. Is this more helpful? What is this? So that's an example with, you see the pointer? Yes. So what Emma is pointing now is that's the numbers. 44? Now the 44 is the fee plus Napoca paid this year with the current system. If we change the system, the other 44, yeah, in this case it's not different, but if you see down, Romania IASI, we don't have, we have the numbers. Now, it's a good example. Anyway, you can see this table for examples, how this will affect. What?
Yeah, I have a pointer on it. No, you can see my mouse moving.
So, point of information. Just slowly go to every column and tell us what the name of the column is.
Guys, please be quiet.
And then you can discuss it.
Do you want to consider any questions? Okay, so we have 10 minutes left of this TA, and Thomas will get the document where you can actually see the top row, which has the wording of the thing. So the chair would like to entertain a motion to table the motion until the next GA meeting. Did someone say so moved?
Councillor Abraham, IVSA Austria, so moved.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear. Are there any objections to tabling the motion, which is the Senate postponing until the next GA meeting, which is tomorrow? Okay, motion is tabled.
On to the next train. I can't do that. Okay, next change. ISM fee cap. I can't read it. Sorry. Okay, so the chair would like to entertain a motion to replace the section membership fee individual supportive members with the following. Base factor for each individual supportive member category, we have student and alumni, will be decided annually by the General Assembly. The base factor may differ per category and will be proposed separately for each category. The GDP factor is identical to the GDP factor used for the calculation of the membership fee of the member organizations. You have to state your name and your country and say so moved. Someone. Thank you. Okay, motion is now on the floor. So the reason for this is that there are a lot of economic differences between the VET and the VET students. So currently, our individual supportive members are both students, the student individual supportive member, and the alumni individual supportive members. So we should be flexible to deal with the differences, and especially now with the development of alumni, we should work on having a fairer method of calculating the fees, or else only the privileged will be able to be part of the alumni. Our current individual supported membership fee is one amount. So it's 20 euros, 30 euros? 20 euros. For everyone. Doesn't matter from which country you are, it's 20 euros. Whereas 20 euros for a person from a high GDP country is a lot less than a person from a low GDP country. So that's why they want to change it and make it the same system as the membership fee, where you can calculate the membership fee differently.
Is this the GDP factor?
Currently, it only says it will be the same GDP factor used for the membership fee. So even if you vote down the previous one, it will have the GDP factor that the membership fees have now. So whatever we vote on the previous one doesn't matter for this. Because our current membership fee payments, as you know, already includes a factor, a GDP factor. So if we vote down the previous amendment, it will just have that GDP factor. So if we just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 instead of having 0.5, 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's how I like to withdraw the date of the amendment to the next year when we are going to vote this year. Because I think it doesn't make sense to vote now on this and then on the other amendment because it didn't change.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It only says, so what we have now is that there's one fee for everyone. And the only thing they want to change is to have two different fees, one for student individual supportive members and one for alumni supportive members. So it doesn't actually matter what happens to the GDP factor or the fee or anything like that. It just helps you, it just allows to separate it. So it doesn't matter what happens in the previous file. Ivan?
Because I was what I was trying to say is, it says there that then you just have the membership fee, the factor that we have now, because we already have a factor. It's just the amount of the factor. So let's say the factor now is 1, and we're going to change the factor to 2. That's the only thing, is the 1 to 2 is only changing. We already have a factor. Gilden and Mildred Alex.
I'm sorry, I was except guys. When we don't approve to the new GPT system, we have already a GPT system. So it means if we don't approve that, if we approve this change, we will use our old GPT system, which we are using now. So it's there separate. You can work on it. So that is.
Okay. Alex? He is.
So, Alex, this is also IVSA Portugal. My question is, so if you're an individual supportive member, you don't have an MO that you are attached to, so you can be from a country and working in a different country. Which GDP do you use?
Okay. So when it comes to student individual supported members, it's based on which university you study at, and when you're working,
That should be there, though.
what's in the current?
Maybe parliamentarian is part of it.
They can't find it. It's the information.
It's a parliamentary fire. Not so. In the current bylaws, does it specify how you will, if thinking there is something specified in it, or in the manuals, about if you study in a different country than you are from? Like Swedish people studying in Norway, which happens all the time. Yeah, of course. It's the same for the alumni. If you work in a different country than you're from, it's not. I don't think that is included in the bylaws. No. Okay, so things like this you can put in the bylaws, but you can also put it as an expansive comment or a manual, because they're also binding. It will because it will make the bylaw a little bit long if you put it in the bylaw. So maybe suggest doing that.
Okay. As long as it's clarified.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm even out. I was at EXO. So, as I'm the dean in charge of getting the application from the ISM students. So, usually the procedure is if they apply as an ISM, this is like a special condition. Normally, you should apply like as an MO or becoming an MO or whatever. So, if we accept them with the university they study because they're going to be able to represent the school they're studying at. So they are also able to attend a congress or a symposium or whatever, and there they are not like allowed to vote, but they will still represent the school they are at. So when I had would I have the new system, I would how the bylaws are not saying anything, I would decide on where they study, which GDP they are under. Okay, so this is how I would proceed with it now. But if you want to have something specific in the bylaws,
Mostly because of alumni, because they're working. So
oh yeah, alumni will be something different.
yeah, it has to be, right?
Yeah, they are different. That's not this is all about the students. The alumni will have another. Really? I thought this was yeah, sorry. Okay, so you can actually clarify this in the bylaws if you want to make an amendment, because you can also put it as a explanatory comment or a manual, whatever you want to do with this. So, if you want to change it to the bylaws, I would recommend you to postpone the motion. If you want to have it as a explanatory comment or a manual thing, I would not propose a motion to postpone. Any other questions or comments? Mina? Sorry, I feel like this.
I feel IVSA expert. So with regards to so the students we've got to get out here will be for where they're studying. For the students it's where they will be studying. For the alumni, because it's a once-off fee, the fee is only paid one time. It would be the place of work because of the time of their registration. So if they from England and they're studying or working in South Africa where the GDP is really low, then they would pay to South Africa because that's where they're earning because it's a one-time fee. So it would be related to where they're working. And we can just add both of that in the explanatory comments. So it would be place of studying when application and place of work when application is sent in.
Any other questions or comments?
So that, question Abraham, IVSA Austria, point of information. Just a question, if I change my place of work, for instance, I'm working in Austria, and I'm applying, I get approved, and then I move to whatever, South Africa, does that change my fee?
It's a one-time fee, so you don't pay every year, you pay once, and then not ever for the rest of your life. For the alumni, not if you're a student. Those will become individuals for student members. You don't want that. Any other questions or comments? Yes, Joe.
It's a bloke in St. Ireland. I was just in front of the Bible, and it said past members of EXCO are automatically accepted into alumni for the first 2 years. But that if you're saying it's a one-off fee, so I am being EXCO, for example, do I get 2 years free and then I pay after 2 years? I still want to stay involved?
Yes. Okay. A one-time fee for the rest of your life. Yes, that's what it would be. But this is the question about how the fee system works is something that will come up later when we talk about the actual fee, what it actually is going to be. This is just the fee system that we're allowed to make a difference between the student fee and the alumni fee. That is what this is about. Because currently we take one fee and that will be it. Any other questions or comments? Sorry.
Delna, IVSA Malaysia. So now suppose an alumni registers in a country that's an MO and eventually ends up moving to a country that doesn't have an IVSA chapter. Does it still remain a member?
If you're an alumni, you're not a part of an MO.
Okay. But suppose your country that you move to, IVSA doesn't even exist there.
It doesn't matter. For an alumni or student?
Alumni.
No, it doesn't matter if your country is an MO. If you're an individual member, so alumni, you apply as an individual person, not as an MO. So it doesn't matter if there's an MO in the country. Can you repeat your name, please?
Sorry?
Can you repeat your name?
Delta Mazda.
Okay, thank you very much. Any other questions or comments? So I have to ask because Alice has already spoken. Anyone else would like to speak first? It's the first time? No, Alice.
I just like
Name your country.
sorry, just formally ask the chair to introduce a note in the bylaws or the constitution to
Recommend to EXCO to include in the statute. Yep. That's it. Any other questions or comments? Okay. Any objections to approving the motion on the table, which is to change the base factor system? Hearing no objection, motion is passed. Change number 4 has been accepted. Thank you very much. Okay, since the next part of is quite long, and we are supposed to end between 6 and 6:30, the chair would like to entertain the motion to recess until the scheduled time for GA meeting 2, which is tomorrow morning.
I'm not sure I was so moved.
Are there any objections to the recess? Motion is passed. We are in recess. Please, does the OC still have something to say? Or is it clear to everyone that we're going outside to prepare the course for evening? Okay, see you